The master of ceremony is basically a master of one's environment. The ceremony is your environment. If you've mastered it, you're a master of ceremony.
Right now, for the blast rats to KRS 1. Hands up top, left, right, on the ground. Hands up the motherfucking out. Keep your motherfucking hands out. We're not doing the real fucking improvisation out. Sound of more music, come on. Come on.
Yes, y'all. Hit you with your traditional style like no run. Give me back to that left in my style. Tick-tock with you to be confident. Time to be forgotten. Bring down the forehead. Just like a record is hit. You be confident. Got some breaking. Put me popping it out. Tick-tock. Don't listen to how you come. We don't think it's better. Only better we ain't got. This type of fun don't even think about. Stop it. Eat with a ring. Just a front. Give me shot. All music numbers in the place right here. Never understood the word. Miracle posted, relying on techno movement. If I jump in a record flowers, that's what you never know. When it ain't you can quickly, not saying number one. Oh, second line, another. Let's rock. It's all so wrong. It's all wrong. It's all so wrong. It's all wrong. It's all so wrong. It's all wrong. It's all so wrong. People coming this out, make no mistake. It's time to drink. KRS was specializing. Only you can take us out, man. For the people in the place of this like all that's for up. Come on. They got cooked up MCA. That's what they wrote with that. So you think that hip-hop is so out and weird? Bullshit! If they want that joke, I'll take no one. Come on, come on! It's out so wrong. It's out so wrong. It's out so wrong. Yo, hey! Way back in the days when hip-hop began, we come from rock, cool, hurt, and dead. B-boys ran to the ladies' jam when they got chained up in the home and said, "Now to be a better way to hear music every day, we must get it on the way to find us at." You know they didn't care. I know if you understand what I remember. Bronx River, roller, the cool DJ that I like. Know when Africa Islam was rocking it on the other side of town. Patterson and Millbrook, Casanova's all over. Now Lodge Crew, Cypress, real rock steady taking up. As art as it up, as well as it, I didn't hear. It was 76 to 1980, the Trends in Brooklyn. Look at me, bring out Joseph. So why don't you rise up, show all the people in the place that you are? They say they're trying to take out. You need off the track. Cause if you don't, you everybody, put a fist in the air right now. So wrong, it's 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 so wrong. Make some noise. Real hip-hop is over here. Real hip-hop. Real hip-hop is over here. Hey, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. Hey, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. They coming at it.
Blast fucking master. Hold up, KRS. Hold up. I think we should give him one more. We should give him that classic melody.
Yo!
That classic melody.
this mic on.
Run. More music and mic on stage, my man. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, here's the fucking melody. Y'all ready? Alright, here we go. Biggie Down Productions. What?
Won't always get paid.
Come on.
Won't take no one can solve. And make it better. One more time. Remember to continue being.
Come on.
Remember what did you mean? Looking for a spot like mine you can. Then was the one of you. I'm the resistance. Something on the side. Hey.
Well, it ain't getting no more realer than what we did tonight. Lords of the Underground, Locks in the building, Mad Lion, God, Rakim. Come on, man. This is what it is. Yo, support real hip hop whenever you can, because we building our culture, making it stronger. Right,
That's right, man. You know what I mean? Go get that new joint KRS-One, you know what I mean?
Now hear this.
And he gonna make it easier for me to drop another joint, you know what I mean? Strap moves and numbers, you know what I mean? And we needed that, man. Congratulations. Peace and love, man. All right, big bro. Love you,
Marley.
This is museum talk. I'm running around discussing with dudes about redoing the history of hip hop, where, you know, we just get a little more scholarly. Cornell University got something. Nas was just abducted into a Harvard University deal. Bam's working with Cornell University, and others. But none of these universities really have the authority to really teach a course or do something like that. So those who even created the term, you came with EMCEE, a repetition of words, check out my melody. That's when we started saying the spelling of our craft is not going to be M.C. We recognize that. But when you came with EMCEE, a smooth, I mean, you said it so in so many ways. But that's when we started to say, that's when the term MC and MCing came out in that way. If anything, to teach an MCing course, there has to be Rakim's stamp on that. And royalties should be going to you for that kind of knowledge. You changed the whole course of how scholars speak about our culture. So while I have you here real quick, and Rob setting you up as well, this is the deal, is that, so when you think hip hop museum, everybody got ideas and so on, but what are our ideas? Start with you, Rob. When you see a museum, just off the top, what do you see being preserved? You walk in the place, what do you see going on in there?
Well, they trying to preserve it as best as possible, man. But it's like what you're saying, man. We need somebody in charge of certain things so we can represent it in the right way. You know what I mean? It's good that it's there. You know what I mean? But again, man, let's make sure we know what we putting there, and let's put things, you know, there that deserves to be there. And when people see it, it's no question. It explains itself. You know what I mean? And that can start, you know, bringing that information or bringing the you know, the blueprint, so that they'll know, like, when they go there, this is what it is. Whatever they see being represented, man, they know, like, yo, this is it. And you know, we need that, man.
Realness. Rob.
Well, let me just say, I actually teach hip-hop education for the city of Newark. I've developed a 6-week curriculum. I take a group of 15 kids at a time every 6 weeks, and each week I take them through each decade. Week 1, they're going from the 70s to the 80s. Week 2, we do the 80s to the 90s. Week 3, we do the 90s to the 2000s. Like, I literally, and I'm literally teaching them, like, okay, this is breakdancing, b-boying, and I, you know, I take it as far back as the origin. Like, and like for instance in the case of graffiti, I'm graffito, the actual Latin terminology, like going back to hieroglyphics, breakdancing, they're learning. They have to tell me, they have to be able to name at least 2 significant b-boy crews and Rocksteady, New York City Breakers. Then we teach them about MCing, and I take it as far back. Matter of fact, Rakim, where's Rakim?
Yes,
shout out to Rakim. He's actually my, he's my right hand with the course. So I had him come in, and he gave a beautiful PowerPoint presentation. I think, like for me, I think it's mandatory that the new generation learn this stuff, and I don't expect them to necessarily vibe to our music, but they at least, if they want to be in this business or a part of it, they have to at least know where it started, or the the mindset that went into it, so they can have a better understanding. I think it would help, as far as the disconnect between the older artists and the newer artists, and just that, just have that respect level. If they may not be able to relate to the struggle, but they can at least understand it and understand why, we feel how we feel about certain things going on with the culture now. Definitely makes a difference.
Thank you. Thanks for that. This is the type of scholarship we need in order to build our museum from the ground up. There's several. We're not affiliated with any specific museum. I work with the Universal Hip Hop Museum as well, but there's also this scholarship, like you said, I'm now going to be part of your course.
Yes, oh my goodness.
No, I must.
I would fall
so
out.
I must be there, and we're going to deal with that.
Okay.
But this is what it is. You're hip hop itself, okay, sitting here. This is what should be speaking on behalf of the culture, okay? Hip hop itself, and be represented right. In that sense, Rob, what you was talking about, you said the objects in the actual museum should tell the whole story right there. The people who come in and see the stuff should represent the whole culture. Just, how could you jump into this? What does that look like? Because there's something to be said about subjective learning, meaning learning that is in you, I'm going to learn this and put this on me, and then objective learning, we're going to look at an object, we're distant from what it is, we're going to look at it and we're going to interpret it. What is that? Is that LL's hat? Is it Run DMC's turntables? Is it
a piece of cardboard, definitely.
Is it a piece of cardboard? Wait, just a piece of cardboard.
We might need.
That's like pinpoint, like perfect. That's where it started.
A piece of
it went from the cardboard, then it was like, yo, how about some linoleum? But you gotta go back to the beginning. All we had was cardboards in the beginning. Wasn't nobody ripping up no linoleum or going to find no linoleum until we start realizing, like, yo, this craft is so crazy. It's so dope. Let's take it to the next level, man. This ain't, I can't spin fast on this. But I was spinning in my kitchen. And I spun for like 4-5 minutes, you know what I mean?
Kitchen with linoleum.
Let's go get that linoleum, man. So it's all about the same way we was doing it, man. We was sharpening our craft. We took it from, ground level, and then we realized, yo, we got something here, man. Maybe if I start putting a little couple extra syllables and a couple, you know what I mean? Same thing from the cardboards to linoleum. DJs, you know what I mean? We watch Herb take it from throwing a joint on, letting it rock. Like, oh shit.
We might need a cool Herb turntable. Like one of
his B1s. What was you on?
Technique 1200?
This was belt driven shit.
Belt-driven Gerard turntables.
Gerard we had to deal with. So let's see that turntables putting the bands out of business. So they come up with Technique 1108 direct drive.
These technical terms.
And that was like Prince looking at the guitar in the window down on 40th Street. Right. Can I get that? Oh yeah, and the other one was Thorns. From Harvey Equipment Store to Sam Ash and Church Street. Down there, Canal Street. That's where the audio business is coming from. That's like my home man helped me get the big Macintosh.
You building your system now.
It's been refurnished. It's in dry dock. It's ready to be birthed.
We need to get on that.
I ain't smoking up.
Come on. You know what?
I want to add on is context is like very important in terms of the power of hip hop culture from the beginning all the way to. There's some old stock footage of Ronald Reagan over near the Cross Bronx Expressway before it was the Cross Bronx Expressway, when he declared that that area, you know, the Bronx was a war zone, and that there wasn't any value there, and it was to be written off, right? So with the technology we got today, if you walk in, right, and you get a hologram of Ronald Reagan in that footage telling you what's there, but then by the time you leave the museum, you see all of the wonderful value.
And also, he was the DJ. He was the DJ. His name was DJ Dutch.
And he was a DJ.
And he was the first person born the hip hop inside the White House on the second inauguration.
Are you serious?
When he played Bongo Rock and I stood up. And that's my anthem. And that's hip hop anthem. And then,
Why the hell would he play
looking for the
Bongo Rock at his inauguration?
looking for the perfect beat. That's what set the tone.
Wow.
So that's black people history
See,
with hip hop.
this is history. This is what I'm talking about right here.
So they talk about museum and all that. If you never talk to me as a historian,
What do you
Where
know?
they get it from?
they never talk to me, no matter what.
Get it from?
You know what?
No matter, if you're a historian and all of that, but you never talk to me.
You can't talk. You got to talk to
I'm
him
just
about
saying.
direct.
There is direct right here. I'm walking.
You talked about. I think I read or heard in an article. You said part of the way in which you wrote your rhymes and your early inspiration came from jazz horn playing.
John Coltrane.
John Coltrane. That you would rhyme. I mean, that you would write according, like as if somebody was playing
And some of the rhythms that he was doing. Like, what it was is I played sax.
Wait a minute, stop there.
Yeah.
Stop. Hold on, let's take that in. Take that in.
No, I played sax.
No
Yeah, I
doubt.
mean,
Okay,
like-
so
By the
now-
way, I played the
Yeah,
sax.
no
You know what
doubt.
I mean? Like I dabbled with the sax.
Word.
Well, this born, but like, you know, I went through the whole school music thing, man. I learned how to read music. Like, my brother, my mother, my brother, and the rest of my family. I say my mother, my brother. My mother sang jazz to opera in Brooklyn back when she was going to school. She even sang at the Apollo amateur night. Like she was going for a thing until my pop stepped in and was like, yo, we gonna go out here and buy a crib and sit down, you know what I mean? But my mom was going hard, man, and my brother, you know, took the torch and he played everything from, you know, piano to, you know, woodwinds and shit like that, man. So I came up under, you know, a good roof with good music. First thing, you know, that made sense to me was join the band. So I played the recorder in kindergarten over the 3rd grade. And once I got in the 4th grade, they gave me my sax. And I played the sax all the way up to 12th grade, man. But in the midst of that, I fell in love with John Coltrane, man. The way my man did his thing.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean? And
That's a giant.
I heard John Coltrane play 2 notes at one time. And being that I played the sax, I knew that was impossible. You can't play 2 notes at one time, because once you hit a note, that's that note. You hit a note, that's that note. So how you gonna play 2 at one time? You know what I mean? My man, you know, set his mouth to the point where, you know, he can make that happen, man, in that case. But it was like, yo, listen to what these cats are doing, man. Like, they really innovating music. Like, they're not gonna come at you and play the same thing you can play. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. We gonna give you something that you can do, so you can see this is where the rule is at. This is where the measuring stick is at. And hearing what John Coltrane was doing, man, the solos and the rhythms that he was doing, it was just in me, man. And I started realizing, like, holding on to all them rhythms that I heard in jazz. When I started sitting down to write rhymes in hip hop, I wasn't just hearing 1, 2, 3, 4. I was hearing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and whatever. You know what I mean? So I started realizing, yo, if I can, you know, fill in all of this space with rhythms and you know, intellectual words that, you know, grab them and 4 or 5 syllable words and you know what I mean? I figured out, you know, I can make the same rhythms that he was making by using certain syllable words and using certain syllable words after each other. You know what I mean? So I took it from a flow and a flow and flow and then gold and then blown and a chip. Blown, 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 you know what I mean? Just like all over the place with it. Yeah.
What's that rhyme where you say, you say your name Ra, and then you say turn it around, A-R, it still comes out R. The A-R, turn it still comes out R. That's the shit I sit down.
That shit hit me 20 years later.
You know what? They gonna lock us in here. We gotta go.